Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Splatoon. Last time, we finished up all of the Inkling Girl challenges, so at this point, we're fully done with one of our three main Amiibos here in Splatoon. So, today, we're jumping back over to the Amiibo box to scan in our next Amiibo in the lineup, the Inkling Boy Amiibo. Hey yo! What's crackin', playa? So, for this Amiibo, we'll be playing through a selection of levels here from Octo Valley using a roller this time around. So, what do you say we jump into our first level here? Octo Trooper Hideout. Catch that Zapfish. So the Inkling Boy Amiibo has us going through levels using the Hero Roller. This weapon is a different kind of weapon compared to what we were using in the past, as with the Hero Shot from the main campaign, that is a medium range gun, while with the Inkling Girl challenges, we were using the Splat Charger, which is a long range sniper rifle. The Hero Roller, on the other hand, is a close range melee style weapon. So we can get up close to enemies and we can run them over, but we can also use the flick of the roller to paint around us and also do damage to enemies. So while our last Amiibo has playing levels using a long range weapon, the Inkling Boy is going to have us play with a short range, which is going to make things a little bit harder in my honest opinion here. Won't be able to just take care of enemies from afar. We have to get up close and personal, and a lot of the times smack things in the head. So this weapon, I feel like, is going to be the harder weapon for us to use here, and it's going to provide us some interesting challenges in a lot of these levels that we'll be playing with. So let's just go ahead and get the basics out of the way with the roller here. You press the shoot button and you will fling the roller. Once it's on the ground, you will roll the said roller forward, which will not only ink the ground, but do damage to anything it makes contact with. This is going to be your main form, not only attacking, but moving around as well. But you don't always want to be rolling around with your said roller. In fact, a lot of the times, you want to be flicking your roller to not only paint more, but also to surprise enemies and hit them from a distance. As not every time with the roller, it's going to be a good idea to attack enemies using the said roll itself, because that will be seen from a mile away. So we're going to be very careful with how we use this weapon in some levels, but at the same time, we're still going to be trying to be as aggressive as possible here. And one thing to note is that we want to get enemies stuck in our ink a lot of the times. That way, we'll have an easier time picking off a lot of these enemies. So trapping enemies in your ink is going to be a must using the Hero Roller. But that is the first level completed with our new weapon class here. So for completing the Octo Trooper Hideout, we get ourselves 600 gold. Oh snap! You rocked that challenge. Here's your loot. Thanks for the 600. Now let's move on to our next level here. Level 2, layer the Octo Balls. Splat your way to the top. So this level, we're going to immediately start off by using our bomb, as just like with the Hero Roller, you have a Splat Bomb to use for your said extra weapon here in the kit, your sub weapon. So using our bomb is going to be very, very good in a lot of different situations, as that's going to fix some of our range issues with the said roller. Thankfully, we have just enough range to hit the balloon fish up above so we can ink our way to the top. Otherwise, that's going to be a fun climb. Here I'm going to try to see if I can roll this guy over, or apparently push him up on the top ledge. That's not where I thought he was going to go, but you know what? We're going to just play with it. Just going to bounce these guys around here, because we can either kill them by running into these guys when they're stuck in our ink, or we can just fling them off the side, which is another preferred way to kill these Octo Balls. It's a funny way, too. I'm gonna bother with Squeegee. Gonna jump down below. This is where a sunken scroll would be if we were playing through the Octo Valley normally. But since we're in an Amiibo challenge, we'll just get ourselves some extra eggs. And I'm just gonna roll you over. Very simple Octo Ball. Don't even have to worry about attacking the guy. And here we can just barely ink around the sides here and climb up to the top. You can notice a trend here with the roller for these said levels so far. Any obstacle that we need to paint around and climb is going to be a challenge here using this said roller because of the short range that the said Splat roller has. That's going to make things a lot harder when it comes to not only traversing this level, but also even to attack certain enemies. So we'll have to be mindful of our range and know when to use our bomb in some cases, if and all possible. Yeah, I'm just gonna ink the floor a little bit, immediately turn around. Try to do the same here with this guy, and sure enough, that worked. So, out the balls are down. Let's move on to our next checkpoint. I'm gonna go ahead, jump, and do a fling here, just so we can get some more ink coverage. A lot of times, it might be best to do a combination of using your fling on the ground and then jumping to do the fling. That way, you can get some more ground covered here. Having a combination of ground and aerial attacks from the roller is going to help with your said distance issue here. But this final part of the said level, there is no way we're going to be able to cheese this like we did using our last weapon, the Hero Charger. So we're going to have to use this cannon and paint up the wall to the best of our abilities. And from here, do our best to climb up to the top with this squeegee trying to take away our ink. Not a real great thing to deal with because we have a limited amount of range, but that's why you paint as much of the wall as you can with the cannon. And that's Layer the Octo Balls complete. For completing Layer the Octo Balls, you get yourself 700 gold. Nice little chunk of change there, but let's go ahead and move on to our next level here. Level 3, Rise of the Octo Troopers. Leap to victory. So this level here is going to have a lot of aerial enemies for us to deal with, which is not a roller strong suit. We're going to have to get up close and personal and attack these guys. Otherwise, there's no other way we'll be dealing with the aerial Octo Troopers here. It's just not going to happen by taking them out with a set Splat Bomb. You might be able to take them out if they're close enough, but a lot of the times, these guys are going to move away before the bomb goes off. So, kind of got lucky there, but that's not always going to be the case. But let's go ahead and activate these ink rails here, move on to our next section of the level, which thankfully up ahead, we do have our first special here of this single player campaign. So at least we'll have some kind of range, as that's going to be an ink Zuka. So go ahead and grab our Zuka here and start firing away. Just gonna fire over all these walls here to the best of my abilities. Jumping around with the Ink Zuka, just giving a little extra height with the weapon, making it easier for me to attack things from a distance. But now we're relying back on that said roller once again. We don't need to kill these enemies. I'm just taking care of them just to get them out of my way. And there's a box up above I could attack just to get more eggs, but not really a need. At this point, we're just trying to beat levels. There's no need to collect eggs at this point because we're good on eggs. So I'm gonna get boxes here and there if I can, but for the most part, we're just gonna try to beat these said levels. I do feel that compared to the Inkling Girl challenges, the Inkling Boy set of challenges is a little bit harder due to just the roller itself. So that's gonna make things a little bit more interesting in a lot of cases due to the range issue we're gonna have here. But it's not that these challenges are impossible or anything. No, quite the opposite. These challenges are still plenty doable here with the said Hero Roller. It just might be a little bit more awkward in some cases and a little bit more difficult. But with that said, that's Rise of the Octo Troopers completed. For completing Rise of the Octo Troopers, you get yourself 800 gold. Nice little chunk of change once again, but now it's time for the boss of World 1. Squish, Squash, Smash, the mighty Octo Stomp. It's time to fight the Octo Stomp once more. This time, now using a Hero Roller. Now, the roller's gonna have a harder time painting the sides of the Octo Stomp to climb up compared to the Hero Shot and the Hero Charger. Especially compared to the Hero Charger, there's no way we're sniping this tentacle from a distance, so we need to get to the top in order to do any damage to this boss. But when we're up there are other ways that we can technically do damage besides the said horizontal flick here. So we can actually roll over the tentacle using the roll itself, but it won't instantly kill the tentacle. So you have to keep this in mind. It's not enough damage, unlike a said flick. But we can also attack this guy from down below using Splat Bombs. The only problem using Splat Bombs, though, is that they use 70% of our ink tank. So because of that, there's no way that we'll be able to have enough ink to constantly throw bombs up above to do damage to this said tentacle. It's just not gonna happen. So we're gonna have to keep that in mind. If you wanted to try using bombs for this, it is possible to do damage, but the tentacle will regain its health between phases, as we saw trying to climb up to the top. So even though we were doing damage at one point, it doesn't matter at this point, as now the tentacle is back to full health. So you're better off just climbing to the top and doing damage with your horizontal flick. But that is the third and final phase completed, which means the Octo Stomp is no more. So let's go ahead, grab ourselves our Zapfish, and call it a day. That is the mighty Octo Stomp defeated using the Hero Roller. For beating the Octo Stomp, you get yourself the Samurai Helmet, which has damage up as its primary ability. Like a boss! That was hype! This is all yours, playa. Thank you for the helmet, I appreciate it. But now with the Octo Stomp defeated, that is all the levels here cleared in World 1 via the Inkling Boy Amiibo. So now we're ready to move on to World 2, and we'll be doing that in the next episode. Next time on Let's Play Splatoon, we'll make our way through the World 2 levels here via the Inkling Boy Amiibo challenges. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.